What's up, kitten cats? Today is Saturday, November 4th, and I'm vlogging today. What's up? I go back and forth between just wanting to do sit down videos and then like kind of missing vlogging, but then during the week I'm super busy with school and I literally do not have time to vlog, and then the weekend comes and I'm like, well, I'm not really doing anything exciting. What am I gonna vlog? But today we're vlogging because I was getting ready and I just decided to. And I'm gonna go try out 9 Round today, which is like a boxing fitness class. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's a nationwide thing, but they have a couple 9 Round gyms here in Louisville, so I'm gonna go try one, let you guys know how I like it. Saturdays are an off day from resistance training for me, so I normally just do cardio, so this will be like my cardio for the day. It's a 30-minute class, but it's supposedly pretty intense, so I'm gonna see how I feel about it. And also, I sound a little funny because I'm getting over being sick. I've literally been like battling like a nagging, like just annoying cold, not enough to be debilitating, but just nagging for like 2 weeks now, and I'm pretty sure that's just because the weather here doesn't know what it wants to do. Like a week ago it was in the 40s, and then yesterday when I woke up it was like 70, and then when I went to bed it was 60, and this morning it's like comfortably cool. Like it just, the weather here is like men. It doesn't know what it wants. It thinks it does and it sticks with it for like a few days, and then it's like no, no, no. All right, so for breakfast we have a smoothie. Oh, I need to add ice in there. Way to go, Emily. All right, so we have chia seeds, frosted chocolate cupcake protein. Use the code Emily for 30% off. Strawberries, egg whites, and liquid fish oil. This is, do you see that? It says lemon flavored. It literally just tastes like lemony oil, no fish taste, so I'm not weird. So yeah, we're gonna blend this up. Oh, and there's spinach in there. I just didn't want to get the spinach back out of the fridge.
Oh yeah. I ain't trying to make nobody mad making this record, but it's just the truth because I'll be swagging on y'all.
Alright, so there we have that. Oh wow. See, this is what happens after I film my intro clip. I just pile it all on, and whatever happens, happens, and we just go with it. But this time I'm filming it. So basically it's just a smoothie in a bowl. I prefer having my smoothies in a bowl because if they're not in a bowl, I have a really bad habit, and kind of like I talked about in the habits video, like slowing down when you eat. If I have a drink, I drink it really fast. And that's just like an old ingrained habit because when I was in high school, I taught dance and I would take dance, and I was at the studio over 20 hours per week. And so like I would get home from school and I would have 30 minutes tops from the time I got home to change, get my hair up for dance, which if you've ever done a ballet bun, it's a process. So I would have 30 minutes when I would get home, change, get my hair up for dance, and eat, and then go. Like that's all the time I had. So I got in a really bad habit of eating really, really fast. So putting it in a bowl keeps me from drinking it super fast or eating it super fast, and I can just like sit down with it and do my thing. This autofocus is having a really hard time today. Sweetie, who hurt you? All right, I changed modes, so hopefully she'll have a better time. She's not feeling it today. So yeah, it helps me slow down when I eat. Also, I just enjoy eating things out of bowls with spoons. I don't know. And it's pretty thick, so I couldn't like just comfortably drink that. It would be a process. This autofocus, girl, you need a day off. Actually, I am back to tracking macros. Last time I talked to you guys, I was on a meal plan from Vince, but now he's put me back on macros. I do have certain macros per meal that I'm supposed to be aiming to hit, so that gives me a little bit more structure throughout the day. I would kind of do that before, mostly just with pre and post workout meals, because that's like the most important time for carbs and protein specifically. But now I have macros per meal for every meal, so that's just something different. Also, a note on the chia seeds. Like, I know everybody's like, oh my god, chia seeds, but for real, like, oh my god, chia seeds. I notice a marked difference in my poops when I have chia seeds throughout the day and when I don't. So I try and get like 1 serving in throughout the day. They're basically all fiber. There's like a little bit of fat in there, just a touch of like literally like 3.5 grams of fat. And then there's 5 carbs, but 4 of those carbs are just straight fiber. So like, if you're having some struggles with regularity, just try and include foods that help promote regularity. But I get the ground ones because it's easy to blend into smoothies or into other stuff like yogurt or oats or whatever. and you just go on your merry way and you are regular. Nature's broom just sweeps right through you. So if you, yeah, okay.
Help me out. I'm doing this so well. Help me out. Help me out.
All right, we are here. I'm 20 minutes early, so that's my life. So we're about to go see what this is all about. Also, shameless plug. I showed you guys, I'm not matching at all right now. I have all black on and notice, so it'll match when I'm in there. But I needed something warm. Anyway, this headband, I showed you guys the black one on Instagram yesterday, but this is the maroon / oxblood color. Wow, this is great. I was just listening to Maroon 5 while wearing a maroon headband. So this is the maroon headband that'll be launching at the next apparel launch. It's got the maroon, it does have contrast stitching. I don't know if you can see it here. The thread is black. It won't be like that on the other items, but I kind of liked the contrast stitching for the headbands, and it's pretty subtle anyway. But yeah, maroon, and the 3 gold dots, and it's like, it's a wide band, or you can scrunch it up, but I don't really want to because I need to keep all of this like on lock. So, about to go try this out. Alright you guys, so I am back from the class. As you can see, my bun has migrated downwards. It was really fun. If you're the type of person that gets really bored with cardio, this would probably be fun for you. Basically what you do is you move from station to station. You do 2.5 minutes at each station, 30 seconds in between. There's 9 rounds of that. That's why it's called 9 rounds, and that 9 round, and that takes up 30 minutes approximately. So yeah, it was fun, and it's like nice, this sounds so bad, but it's nice to just hit things and like get out your anger, and it's like you have to be focused on what you're doing. You can't just be like watching YouTube videos or like texting people back or whatever, so it like requires your focus, which is a component of cardio that I like. If you watched my different types of cardio video, I would say this is definitely a aerobic and anaerobic blend. You're not doing any sort of phosphocreatine system work, but you are doing a mixture of aerobic work, so that would be like what's typically seen as LISS work, but basically just something that keeps your heart rate up for a prolonged period of time. And then it's also a mixture of some interval type work that would be more anaerobic, and you are doing some explosive type movements like kicking and hitting and things like that. So total workout was 33 minutes. Those are total calories. I mean, any heart rate monitor, any calorie monitor is going to have some error. I don't care who it is, what you say. There's some that like gross. I personally think like, what is it? I think Polar watches, in my opinion, like grossly overestimate calorie burn. This was the average heart rate with a warm up and cool down. So that's in like a LISS heart rate zone. There were times like when, because you have the gloves on for part of the time, there were times when my heart rate was up in like the 180s. So definitely some higher intensity moments in there for sure. So you gonna learn a little something if you didn't already know this. Part of how you figure out what type of cardio you're doing is based on your heart rate. Obviously you can feel when you're working at a low intensity, you can feel when you're working at a high intensity, but if you have something like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or a Polar watch or like a heart rate monitor that goes around your chest, then you can measure your heart rate during your activity. So you base your cardio intensities off of, technically speaking, nobody is a perfect math equation, but it's a good gauge. You don't have to be super anal about being in within a certain heart rate all the time, but it's something to consider for sure. But you base that off of your maximum heart rate. So to find your maximum heart rate, you take 220 and you subtract your age. So my maximum heart rate is 220 minus 22, which is 198. A good target heart rate for LISS cardio is around 65% of your max heart rate. So for me, that would be 198 times 0.65, which is 128.7. So around 130 beats per minute for LISS activity. The higher you get, the higher your intensity is. So as you can see, around 130 is my LISS level, and during the average heart rate during that session was 136, so it averaged more towards a LISS level of cardio activity. Obviously somebody that's less trained, they're going to have a higher heart rate during that activity. And as you can see, like I said, there were points throughout where my heart rate would get really jacked up, like around 185 beats per minute. And as you can see, that's really close to my maximum heart rate. So 185 out of 198, that's like 93% of my max heart rate. So that was pretty high. Sorry for my cracked screen protector down here, but I also just wanted to show you this. If you go to your health app on your phone and you go to vitals, you click on heart rate, click on show all data, you click on the day. So started right around 11:30. First thing we did was jump rope. I suck at jump roping, so that jacked my heart rate up real quick. But as you can see, my heart rate got up pretty quick. Then you can see like when it's a rest period, comes back down around the 100 level. You can see throughout like the duration of the activity that heart rate stayed decently high and definitely within a more higher intensity zone. Right around here would be like my list zone, for example. So yeah, long story short, big explanation of this was a good workout in between. It was a good mixture of low intensity and higher intensity work. So if you have a 9-round around you, I would recommend trying it. Your first class is free. That's not an ad. The only reason I went was because my first class was free, and I ended up signing up for like a 3-month a 3-month pay in full, because I was like, I don't want to sign up for a membership because I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and that was like the least amount of time you could do was 3 months. So I was like, I'm gonna try it. And the nice thing about signing up is you get gloves, so you have gloves to bring with you, and then you get wrist straps. Fun, different. I didn't get bored, so that's a win for me. All right, y'all. So I came home to a package from Cured Nutrition, Cured Spices. My friend Joseph Sheehy. These are his spices. They have CBD oil in them, which if you guys watched one of my most recent favorites video, I talked to you guys about why I love CBD oil. But I'm gonna try and get him on the podcast soon so he can talk about it more in depth. But they just had some new flavors come out and he sent me them. I am really excited about these. So yeah, these are spices infused with CBD oils. So I'm gonna try this guy in my oatmeal right now. Ta-da! So oats, strawberries, protein, MCT oil, and I sprinkled some of this peanut butter chocolate on top. I used the cookies and cream protein with these. I feel like this is the forgotten about flavor. Don't forget about him. He's important too. We're gonna give this a go. Yeah! I'm sorry if you could see food in there. That was probably really gross. This is really good. It's not a super, I mean, I could have used more. I didn't use a ton of seasoning. I also don't want like a ton of CBD oil all at once, but yeah, it's a nice, light, subtle chocolate peanut butter flavor. I would highly recommend it. It's excellent. I'm gonna stop eating on camera. That weirds me out. I don't really know what's going on with this light, and there's my vacuum cleaner charging. Hello, vacuum. It's around 8:30. Yeah, it's around 8:40. Nothing really exciting has happened since I last talked to you guys. I took a shower, I put on self-tanner, I took Luna. You heard your name. Are you cuddling with your toys? I took her to the park and we went on a little walk at the park. You are so beautiful. Do you ever just look at your dog and think, how did the universe create such a perfect thing? Because I think that every day. Anyway, so took her to the park. And then I've just been studying. I have an anatomy and physiology exam on Tuesday over the cardiovascular system. So I've been studying my buns off for that. But I figured this video was already probably long enough with my little ranty rant about cardio and heart rate and all that stuff in the car. So yeah, I haven't done just a vlog style video in a while, have I? Are you coming over to see what's going on? I figured that's what I would do today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see more of this beautiful animal and Luna. And that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you in the next video. I love you so much. Bye!